Hello, the chat. Hello, and welcome to the Belgium Grand Prix. My name is Evil Dragon, your man in the box. Joining me is someone who's not from Ireland. We go further up in the terms of the world, a bit, to that way, to Scotland area. Say hello to our new commentator for the day. Oh, it's been a crash.
So it has. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I think it's more across from Ireland than up, but I'll let you off.
Indeed. Let's make sure. I think the audio sounds a bit good. I think it's good. Oh dear. Well, you're Thunderhead. The man who tends to crash and seems to have crashed into a wall somewhere very heavily. And hello to Barry in the chat, our former commentator who got sacked ages ago. Might get returned mysteriously on a contract one day if he's nice and asks for it. Or winky face.
Come back, Barry, always forgiven.
So we've got Barry, Aloe, Thunder, Sissel, Phoenix, Roberto, the other one that begins with Pong. We've got Van out, Joe. You got Thomas, Andre. We've got Raikkonen. I'm going to call him Raikkonen because it's the initials of Raikkonen. I'm not joking. It is. And Dan. That's we got. So the two Renaults. Always one to-do list. And Dan had a few issues before the race. Well, trying to set the car up because he didn't know how to. Because it wouldn't let him until I told him he had to delete old setups. And now it works. Bowie in his scarlet red Ferrari. Well, only can say he could be going somewhere today. You know, good driver. I presume we've got a little bit less quality and practice time. The race will start a little later than usual because we started about 13 minutes late, as per usual. We tend to do that. So, hello champs and Thunderhead there. So everyone's here today like we normally think. All championship drivers. JJ Wilkins isn't here. He's pulled out due to reasons of something. Don't know, but he's pulled out. And well, I'll see who his teammate is. I can't remember who it is. Don't know. Someone. That's all I know. It's definitely someone. There's Roberto in the BMW. I have to say, this game looks very different to the game I've been playing all today. It's Gran Turismo, and I have to say, it's nice being on this game, but it's also nice going on Gran Turismo. But I like... Oh, well. If you have any comments in the chat, put them in as we drive around the circuit. Well, we watch people drive around the circuit. There's Andre TVR. He's driving the furious, the brilliant SLS here compared to his teammate. He's a formidable opponent.
That's a fabulous car, isn't it? It sounds incredible.
It does sound incredible.
Second on to the Bentley, I would say.
Ethan's saying JJ's teammate is me. Well, yeah, I know that. I meant your replacement of JJ because he's not here. I forgot who it is. I'm pretty certain it's someone I remember, but I can't remember.
First lap's coming in now, Vanek.
Hello is a replacement driver, yep. Vano, P1 or 2, not 124, 224. We're saying 124s, I'd be concerned. Now, what's up for that barrier, by the way? That could be a tragedy. There's Aloe. He's going to be driving as the teammate of Ethan today. There is Sissel in the pit lane. Horse.
Repairs.
And there is Barry, the scarlet Ferrari, the red. Down at the brakes. Spinning into the corner actually. I think Barry spun actually into the com. I believe he did. Yes,
He
did. He comes back out. Sissel then. You got everyone else further down. Hello champs. He's hit the wall somewhere, I believe, because he looks absolutely.
Got some damage.
People say talk about the last round shenanigans. Well, we'll get on to the last round shenanigans because some people disconnected the stream. People joining disconnected the stream, so we won't talk about what happened last race because it doesn't matter anymore. But if you are wondering what happened, because well, it wasn't streamed, because people happened. We had a new winner, and his name is Ethan. He won twice. Doesn't matter because it wasn't streamed, so it's not in history books anymore. Oh dear. Oh, where's that gone off? That's no name. That's no name. What's he done there to go off there? That's a acute angle.
He's not having a very good start to the session, is he?
He's not. He is a reserve driver. Definitely not had any practice. I think he's got chucked in the cut. Pong probably doing a practice start, or is people doing practice starts, I believe. Ethan in the chat saying he'll make sure he wins it today, so it's official. Because he hasn't got any wins, according to my book. According to the streams book, he doesn't have a win. He got pole, doesn't have anything else to his name. Only pole position. Hopefully he'll be able to get win. Even though he didn't actually get pole, he got a penalty. So he didn't even got a pole actually. Oh dear. There's Dan. He's in the blue, very blue Renault. A very, very blue Renault. Roberto currently 10th up ahead of Vanel, got front. Phoenix further down. We're waiting for Ethan, who'll probably pump in pole lap and, well, prove the world he's a better person than everyone here. There is the Lamborghini, the number 157 coming through No Name down towards Puant. And then out of Puant, it'll be down into the Fanger chicane because I've remembered it. Someone just joined because that was a lag spike. Don't know. Also, I think if you go on these, you've got those things on the R1 button. If you go see if you can get the map and all that up and the nice shiny things at the bottom. See if we can do that. See if we can get the shiny things.
Is that a shiny thing?
No. I don't know what you've done.
About...
No, that very much... No, that's not the one. No, that's got to put that back. Whatever you had, put it back.
It's gone away.
I don't know what...
Put the map away.
Yeah, put the map back. The speedo and then... The speedo things? Yes, that as well. And the speedometer. There we go. And now we can see all the lovely shiny things I like at the bottom corner. That just makes everything look nice and shiny. Oh, Roberto running right there. It's Puant. And down into the Fanger chicane, which no one ever remembers the Fanger chicane, which is this one here. I don't know why. It's just not. It's just no one remembers it.
It's a bit of a nothing corner, isn't it? Really, it's pretty tricky to get right.
Yeah,
easily forgotten.
It's easily forgotten. Well, there's down. That's the Com area. That's the Camel Straight. Also, a fact I always pointing out to everyone here in the chat. Did you know this track? He's not gonna make that. He's gonna make that content. Do you know this that straight? That used to be a public road until 2000.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do. Actually, most of this track was public roads. Actually, down here was a public road, I think, as well. Because well, on the right, just behind there, is the gate where the old truck needs to join here. Oh dear. Oh, this is gonna cause lag. Practice over, so you can join, but if people disconnect in quali, then there's going to be issues. Andre runs a bit wide out of Blanchimont. Oof.
Oh dear.
Well, no point in continuing that. Thunderhead, is he pointing in the right direction? Well, that car's looking more distorted every time he drives past.
It's a very, very second-hand looking Porsche, isn't it?
Bowie's saying he can't get out of his pit box, probably because practice is over, Bowie. You baboon. Thunderhead is coming into the last corner, into the fallen over bus stop because it fell over. Well, I mean, he's well bottled that one. It comes out of the bus stop, well, the broken one at least. I'm going to refer it as the broken bus stop because it's not a bus stop. It's more of a double chicane hairpin thing. It's not really a chicane either because it.
It's certainly not a double chicane anyway.
It definitely isn't a double chicane. It certainly isn't a single chicane because it's more like a double hairpin. Look, you can see because it's like more than a hairpin because it goes back on itself. So it's technically a double hairpin almost.
One thing it most certainly is not is a bus stop.
Yeah, it's a broken bus stop, a very broken bus stop. certainly not a bus stop. I mean, they might need to remain into the former bus stop chicane. Sad face. Also interesting fact, 1994, there needs to be a chicane at El Rouge. I think quite a lot of people probably don't want to remember that. And even most of the 94 season. Yeah, it needs to be a chicane. 1994, of course, if you didn't know what happened in 1994 in F1, don't know what you're doing. Senna at Ratzenberger and Senna died.
Not in Belgium.
No, not Belgium, it's San Marino. Because of that, all the circuits got sudden replacement chicanes. They had one at Canada down the straight, and they had one at El Rouge. Did end very well, as you probably imagine, and they got rid of it for the next year because they realised that having a chicane right here at the bottom of El Rouge didn't end very well. God knows,
it completely destroys the whole challenge and point of the corner as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's also an interesting fact. If you actually ever drove on the old circuit, and there's practice over the classic, also British Spa. Just going to keep pointing that out there. It's still British because let's be usually British own everything on this game, literally. Just pulling out there. We own Spa. Spa is British. It's probably in the Midlands or something. Which is interesting. Well, in fact, if you drove on the old historic Spa, you actually can see the old hairpin that used to go up around El Rouge. And not many people realise that either. There used to be a hairpin instead of El Rouge. Just putting out the facts there as we wait to see if it's going to continue. Please? Guys? Are you gonna be nice this time? Oh, for bubbles. Right, so now it's time to wait until it continues. I mean, oh, well, there we are then. Well, here we are then, in the pits. There is Dan in the good old shiny car. Well, it's blue, 22. It's very blue. It's Blue de France. First car out on track, it's Bowie. And let's get our nice shiny things back up because they disappear every time we change session because it's annoying. They need to fix that. They really need to try and fix that. They really tried that. So I don't think you were here when I was saying. Did you know El Rouge used to have a hairpin?
Chicane.
No, a literal hairpin as well. It used to be a hairpin. No. I'm not joking. It used to actually be a hairpin back. If you go on historic Spa. It's something like all of you should do if you've got this game. Historic Spa, coming to El Rouge, you should see a little road going off the side. If you follow that round and go up the top of El Rouge, you can see the end of it come back. And it used to be in the 20s and 30s and to be a hairpin there. Because, well, that was more of a dirt road El Rouge was until they paved it over. Well, road. I believe, as far as I read up actually from a good friend of mine who told me that and actually showed me a few images of it. So, well, there we go. Thunderhead's got a car that's looking like a car again.
Its panel's pointing in the right direction, so that's good. Yeah,
well, I think he's gone in the gravel, actually. Oh, no, he's kept it on the circuit. He's going very slowly. So we just watched Thunderhead for a while. This is our man of the hour. So I like watching Thunderhead, because every time I watch him, he goes and makes a mistake. So let's see if he spins. He's going off the circuit. Come on. There we go.
He'll be collecting that Renault if he does.
That, I believe, would be Razy. Yeah, it would be Razy, because Dan's in the pit lane. Following very quickly behind. So he's running 77 litres of fuel. Which is probably, actually, everyone's running really heavy litres of heavy fuel. I suppose they're going to go for a long thing. We believe Bowie's going to be first man to go to the line. He's just coming out towards Blanchimont as we go and look at him. Right now, there he is. So I'm doing well on figuring out who's who today. And behind that would have been, I believe, Andre following him. Might be Joe, but I believe it's Andre. It is, I'm doing beautiful.
Spot on.
Oh, spot on. I'm assuming it's Andre, because Joe isn't as quick as Andre, and I'm sorry, Joe. You're doing good. Well, to be honest, Joe being the oldest driver in GAVRA by a long while, I believe. He's 62, I believe, now. Which is very, very much the oldest driver in GAVRA, and I don't think that's going to get beaten unless Murray Walker... Oh, wait, no, he's there already. Yeah, well, someone else decides to drive. I mean, I'm not driving. Well, Bowie's going to be first on track, coming up over Rudson to lure you on board of Bowie here, if we can get the onboard cameras off Bowie. Nice. Old bonnet camera. Oh, God! Not that one. Oh, dear. Bonnet? Can we get bonnet?
Excuse me.
Yeah, the other one. Roof cam? Roof.
Cockpit.
That's the one. This one. Yeah, we only always use that one. And, yeah, and track side. Only those two. The com, fairly good corner, 70 miles an hour, second gear up to third. Running up to assist, naughty Bowie. Now the exit, down towards Brussels. The, well, it drops straight down here. Easy to run wide it is there. Used to have gravel there, still kind of does have gravel there. Down into what I now call Commentator's Corner because it's just really weird backstory I had with that corner. Because, fun fact also as you continue watching this is, oof, Andre getting a bit struggling as you watch him coming through pit 1. Back when it was 24 hours of Spa on Gran Turismo, on like the old days. He needs to actually keep the commentators who need to do it, and used to keep randomly sounded like random commentators, and I kept saying you sound like Murray Walker, and every time I said it was in that corner, so they just named it Commentator's Corner. So there we are. That is the 100% reason that corner is now named that, because of me, and it will always be named Commentator's Corner because it just sounds cool. Down into Stavolo. Better story than what? Yeah, no name. Yeah. I don't know why it's called no name. It's probably because no one could be asked to name it. To be honest, yeah, Bastley. I think that unless there was a person called Mr. No Name, which doesn't sound very good. But I don't know. Through Blonsey, 150 miles an hour, flat out. I presume in this. Yes, it is 149. One's a bit wide on the exit there. It'll do good. Down into the chicane area. Oh, bit of grass. He's not going to make that. Already just about gets to where it's going to compromise his line. Out of the bus. Runs wide again. Into the line. I believe it's going to be a 250. It's 222, I think it might be. Oh, we didn't set a lap time. He's absolutely furious. Flashing his light in disgrace. Well, a 224 from Andre, so I nearly got it. Let's see. Who's following behind? That's Ethan. 2 minutes 20. Mother God. And that is why Ethan is one of the fastest drivers here today. People I expect to challenge him is, well, Andre, but he's in third, so possibly Bowie. The Ferrari's been known to be quick, but I don't know if it can even challenge Ethan here as Pong runs deep into the bus. Stop chicane, and he's not stopping at the bus. Brazy's fifth. Where is Pong going to go? We believe he's going to jump himself to sixth. Well, he's in sixth, so, well, I nailed that one.
No time.
He didn't set a time, so I technically got it right either way. Must be on an out lap. Well, Joe down to 7, so you can see struggling. There's Ethan coming out on circuit, I believe. We know Allo Champ will not be setting a lap because of he's a replacement driver, so he's not able to set a lap time. I believe Thunderhead also shouldn't be able to set a lap time because he's also a replacement driver. So, this could be interesting. He's crashed again, by the way, if anyone's wondering, because he's destroyed the front of the car, but he shouldn't be able to set a lap time. There's Razy coming into somewhere. There he is. Brussels. Carries in a decent amount of speed, drops down about 60 miles an hour. Pretty consistent there on the exit. Gets the power down, second gear. Down into Commentator's Corner. Past you can see how, bit of a wibble on there. Past you can see how much they removed the hill there. It's just amazing, this place. You have to just realise this actually needs to be a whole mountain, pretty much. Now it's not. Just a nice flat area, because I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't just a valley, it was just a big hill somewhere. We dug it out. No, it's always interesting. Razy down into the Fangya chicane, into the right, then into the left. Keeps it about 18 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour there on the exit the Fangya, down into Stavolo, 1 and 2. Well, of course. Interesting things happened in 2010 in qualifying, where in F1 at least, where everyone spun off there and probably got one of the most coolest scenes where Michael Schumacher went between two back markers whilst they were spinning. Interesting thing, must also completely sideways, because that's why. Down into Blancimont, at least I believe they've got the time of year correct this time. It is actually autumn, wintry autumn, so that's good. Razy out of Blancimont, that's a bit wide. Rabito, only 8 tenths off Ethan there, so he's done a valiant effort there as we look at Razy coming into the chicane. Hits the first one, hits the second one on the exit. Does he vows to power down yet? Now he does. There's a bit of an interesting line on the exit. Does he improve? The answer to that is... yeah, not enough though. Not enough. Stay safe. There's Ethan. Let's see, is he on a lap? I don't think he is. He might be. No. So let's look. And Rabito coming across the line. Doesn't improve, it's 2 seconds down. 21 minutes to go here in qualification. The time is 9 o'clock here in the UK or wherever it is in the world. It's 9:02 actually. It might be some other time wherever you're else in Europe. If you're in the Netherlands, Norway, Switzerland, Czechoslovakia, Vietnam, I don't know, somewhere else in the world. It could be in Australia or even you might be also in Antarctica. If you are, hello from the Penguins. That could do. Be interesting. Fan up, crosses the line. He puts himself in third right now. Does he improve? The answer to that is a grand total of new.
He was very slow through the bus stop there. He seemed to make a mistake.
Yep, Andre, you can really see. The thing I don't like about this track, on the right, there is maybe a white line. There isn't one. There is now, but there is normally not meant to be one. Someone's spamming me now on to play F1. But I realise I'm streaming by the big streamy icon. But they never look. Down into Stavolo. Beautiful little corner indeed. On the exit you can probably see, just probably might be in the background there, very hard to see, just there off the side you can see the wall where the old circuit joins to the new, right about here, and it would have blasted its way down into Blanchimont at some 200 miles an hour. Now they're doing 150. So got Andre, chucks it in, left, 140 miles an hour, so definitely slower than, let's say, the Ferrari of Bowie, who is not doing much. Where is Bowie actually? That's an important question, because we know he's just coming through turn 1. Not set a lap time yet.
No.
Now hopefully the timings aren't glitched. Otherwise that could be interesting. Andre into turn 1. There is building. Thunderhead continuing on. Where if he sets a lap, I believe he will get a penalty because he's not meant to set a lap. He's a back marker. Well, he's more than a back marker. He's a replacement driver for someone, so he's surely I believe is enforced not to set laps. Danny's 13th low. He's through the into Blanchimont, the quickest corner almost in the world. Definitely one of the scary ones. Kane chucks it in, the red light flashing, the red light glowing luminous red in the background of the car. Comes to the line. Does the Renault do anything? Can the power of the French do anything? No. Not set a lap yet. Interesting, a few drivers are surprised they haven't set laps yet. I thought they would all set laps by now, but struggling. There's Ethan down the straight, following behind I believe is Andre. And then I believe that might be Rabito. And then that is, I believe, one of the Porsches. I believe Rabito's following behind them. It is. And then following behind him is one of the Porsches, so I don't have a clue. Don't know. Is it Sissel? Might be Sissel. It is Sissel. Hey! Yeah, my drivers today, aren't I? I'm 10 out of 10 for me. Golden star. Right,
well, you're lucky one of us, isn't it?
Yeah, he's one of us. So Ethan currently on pole so far, provisional one. Rabito second, Van third, Andre, Phoenix, Crazy Joe, Pontiac, Bowie, Allo, Thunder, Sissel and Dan. Some of them I don't know where they are because, well, the timing might be glitched because it tends to do that here. We'll find out when it finishes if no one sets a lap time and then we're at the back and it's going to get confusing. Whereas it stands, I believe so. If someone's going slowly up the exit towards Fanya actually. Bowie goes pole. 19,000. Fantastic. And Ethan's going to be scratching his noggin about that one for the next lap and a half until he pummels it to the earth. But I said Bowie's going to be a 1-to-1, and what did I say? Puts it on pole. Andre, what can he do? He comes to the last corner. And someone actually from Antarctica saying, my fellow penguins have said hello. And that is good old Lewis in the chat there. He's a good academy driver of mine and a good friend as well. Into the last chicane, Andre comes to the line. Does he improve? Can he deface the giants of the front? The answer to that, the man who's doing well in the season doesn't improve at all. And here is Ethan. Thomas Ethan then, or was I just call him Ethan? Or the train, or whatever we call him. Driving the red Mercedes, not the silver, because it's red now, since last round. And indeed, hello to Lewis in the chat as well, saying hello indeed.
Here comes Vanek.
Van Eyck indeed into the chicane. Having the brake, took a little knock off the front of the car, some round the lap somewhere, out of the last two corners. Has he put it anywhere? I don't know. Indeed, the academy was great battling. Does go improve, but not a lot. Still 2 seconds off the pace. Andre really struggling. I think he had a mistake accident of the com here. He looks all out of shape in that Mercedes today, doesn't he?
He's very ragged through there.
Well, the ragged there's the Mercedes. Yes, the last not the AMG, so a lot older model actually, 2010. There is Ethan into the chicane. I don't know if he's on the lap. He might be. So is he going to get Snat's pole? He's only got to improve by 19 thousandths, does he? No, he doesn't. I don't know if he was on the lap. He might have been. Though we can never tell. There's Rapito going a bit slowly onto the common. Well, back into the pit lane he goes. And there is Van Eyck then, following quick suit. Bowie again improves a little bit. 82 thousandths up now. Doing well. The Dutchman, the man from the Netherlands, the one Ferrojov, a good friend of mine as well. I've known him for a while, and definitely one of the more interesting commentators I've ever partnered with, compared to likes of Soup, who is somewhere in the world. Would have been here today, but isn't. That's why everything's really shuffled up, actually. But I'm here, so I'm your continuing the oldest commentator ever. Oh dear, what's happened to Phoenix? Could be an issue there. Might have got a bump on something there. Phoenix back to the pit lane then. Bowie leads Ethan's. That's the story of Holly. They were saying Evil's always doing his Murray Walker presence. He's obsessed with that 94-year-old man, by the way. 94.
94 is he now?
He's 94.
Incredible.
Still going.
Still going strong.
Yeah, just about. With a broken. Well, with one. Well, I think he's replaced his hip now. He was taken to hospital, I believe, about 2 weeks ago for something. But he had a cold or something. They were worried about him, so they took him into hospital. That's what I read up on the news. But he's fine. He's been released, apparently. Presumed, because he was on TV the other day. So, yeah. Oh dear. Ooh. Just about doesn't graze the wall. He might get away with no damage there. He's not going to improve because he's got 0 litres of fuel. Bowie saying, oh dear. Well, there is Bowie. Oh dear. And that's what's Bowie now crash into a wall, because he's going to do that. Watch this, he'll crash into Blanchimont. Now, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting the instincts that he's going to crash. Because, of course he's going to do that, because he's listening. Because I know he's listening, because otherwise he wouldn't have typed it in the chat. I mean, he'll flash his light down the straight as well, just to prove he's listening to us. If he doesn't, then I know he's listening to us as well. Ethan improves 3 temps up. You have a new pole setter. Bowie's got work to do. I've got American. I don't know. Outcomes, I believe that might be... Oh, someone's gone off at the exit of Stavolo here. Is that Thunderhead? Stopped. Not moving very fast. No, who is it? Someone's going very slowly, coming towards Blanchimont. There. We're now going into Blanchimont. I don't know who it was, but they've stopped. The yellow flags are out in Sector 3. Mysterious though. I don't know who it is. It's going slowly, but look if we could find that out.
But, more time from Dan.
I've got a feeling he's got a lap time glitch, so could be interesting here. Could be interesting. Bowie is going to be interesting. I believe he was the one actually sneaked him coming to turn 1. I don't know who it is. I doubt we're going to see. It's not Andre. It's not the car ahead of that. we want to see, but I don't know who it is. Whoever it was stopped. It was Phoenix. May have been, I don't know. Don't know who it was just coming into our route down the Hamel Strait, but that's Phoenix going down in to the Fangus chicane nonetheless. The well, going off in the Fangus chicane at least. Close enough going through it. It's going through the gravel. So there we go, and there we go. There's the one who must have been going to sleep. Pong. Bowie's catching up, I believe, to her back to someone as well. Actually, I think a bit of a collision going on here. But yeah, Bowie running very wide there. Gets away with that, I believe. Coming into the commentator's corner. Then down into a little good old corner. It's Puon. Very fast left hand, about 120 miles an hour, and loses the rear on the entry. And that is a scary, scary moment there. And oof, spins back in front of the field. Lucky not to get collected by, I believe that might have been Razy or Dan. It was Dan. Very scary stuff there. And I think Dan might have just had some fecal matter come out of his car there. Because that's never very pleasant seeing a car spin right in front of you at some 120 miles an hour. Dropped it on the exit. Dropped it on the entrance, to be honest there. It was a very weird spin there. I've never seen a car spin that dramatically in my life. Don't forget after this race, we will try to get a interview of the winner. Because we don't do race 2. Because, well, it'll be about 10:30 nearly, and I'm not going to stay up that late to commentate because I'll get told off probably 1,000 times for shouting. Because they have this race and they don't have it at the beginning. If that had the beginning and not the end, it'd have been fine. But no, apparently a sprint race comes after the big race, although it's not really the other way around because reasons. Dan at the last corner, he's not set a lap time. I don't think he's going to set a lap either. I'm just like, he's not going to set a lap again. If he does, I'll be amazed. Nope.
No, he does.
Oh, he does. Oh, well, I'll be quiet then. Credit proved on. Goes 10th. At least he set a lap. 15 seconds off the pace. With some fecal matter, but, you know. At least does a lap. As he's
got plenty of time to get a rhythm going.
Pong went well, it was Pong going into pit lane. There's Ethan then. Gonna cement himself there. He's following. That's the Poor, so I believe that is green one, so Sissel. He's following, I believe. Yeah, it's either that or it's Thunderhead. By the looks of the front end, I believe it might be Thunderhead. Well, gets out of the way, so whoever it is, well, he's pulling out of the way, not really doing much good. Ethan, does he improve? No, doesn't seem to do that. Let's see, Thunderhead, he might just lock up here. That wasn't, I believe, was that Thunderhead at turn 1? Could be. Yes, it was. Oh, it's Sissel. Okay, so they both destroyed the front end of their car. Oh dear. Well, they're having a bit of fun here, destroying Porsches. I mean, don't want to hit that wall at least, and do remember at the opening lap, if someone hits that wall, there is going to be a big accident, brother, because that wall will kill you. We can't prove how it kills you unless someone demonstrates us. I suppose we'll find out if someone hits it accidentally. Looking at Bowie then, go right on board with him coming into the chicane then. Oh, he's down in the chicane, there we are. Bonnet camera, the beautiful bonnet camera here, bumping over the inside curbs. Out of the bus stop, or the former bus stop at least. And to the line, keeps it on the right hand side. Does cross the line, does he improve? Nope, not this time. Ahead of him, one of the Lamborghinis. Now, that might be Phoenix, I believe. It is. Getting all this perfect. There's a look at Phoenix coming down the straight, and then behind Bowie will glide his way down the straight, keeping well away from that barrier like everyone has been told to, because if you hit that, you die. Oof, over our roads. Bowie flying up our roads. That was very quick. 156 miles an hour. I believe 160 miles an hour was the top speed drivers are getting. So he's hitting around the limit everyone else is going. Down into Lecombe. Misses the apex a little bit there. Get away from the exit. Could be in third gear in that corner in my opinion. That's the corner I can take it in. Normally. Down into Brussels. Chucks it in. Nice long right-hander. And not Phoenix there, running wide as well. Bowie's running also just about as wide. So Phoenix might be holding up Bowie here a little bit. As we look at Bowie here, coming into the Puon. He went off once here. He's got to see if he goes through it this time correctly. Was he about to come off the circuit? Well, Phoenix goes off the track. And
He's got to let him through, come on.
he's getting a bit held up here. Bowie does improve. Ethan Graham! Look at that lap, 2 minute 19. And well, I think that's a good lap for pole position. Bowie, I don't think, can even set a lap compared to that. Well, he's going to have to pull something out his noggin to do that. Can the Ferrari respond to the Mercedes? Probably turned the wick up a little bit as well, because Mercedes do that. But Ethan, very, very much going to go for broke here. Is he going to make his first official pole without a penalty? Looking at Phoenix into the chicane area. Not the chicane. Blanchimont. Not a chicane. Never had a chicane. Mysteriously, even though you think it would because it's really fast, but apparently not. Bow into the chicane. I don't think he's going to go too much quicker. He might challenge. Comes to the line. Does he go anywhere? That held up might have done a snuff. Does improve, but I think Phoenix might have held him up just enough to probably lose that other 4 tenths.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's the difference.
And Phoenix, I think, just spun almost there, actually. There's Robito coming up the hill. He's in third. He's some 1.2 off the pace, but these front two are going to be battling all day. Surprisingly, the man who started so well this year, Andre, down in fifth. And at least everyone's set a lap time. Pontiac, I believe, is... Pontiac, Allo and Funhead are all not meant to set lap times. I do believe they are reserves. Sissel's got a red, so he's done something. Very close, I think, to another car. Or he's got a penalty somewhere. Up the hill. Sissel runs a bit wide. Okay, well that's now basically corner cut. He told off for that, I think, there. Where's Barry on circuit? He's coming down into No Name, I believe. Yes, he is. Look at this. Beautiful here. Down into... He's now going to be Puom. Let's see. Will he do it this time? Went off last time. Chucks it in, and same thing. Or is he going to hit the wall? Gets out of it that time. Too much curb for the Dutchman, and is that quali over for him? That 4 minutes, he'll get 1 lap in. He'll have to push right now if he wants to get 1 or 2 laps in.
Well, at least you can see he's trying to find the limits around here.
Kept going over the limits, and unfortunately, fighting back is the car. Andre slow. He's 1.3 off the pace. This is shocking for the Mercedes driver. Well, the SLS driver at least. Van Elk is taking a new route through the corner. So is Carbon. Where is he going? Where is he? Oh, full there. That's a bit dangerous rejoining. Bowie's saying he could have got a 19.3, but the car behind was holding him up. I believe it was, so that could be an investigation there because of illegal blocking. Could have got out of the way, but it might have been a hot lap as well. I don't think he was. Van Elk. 8 minutes down on his lap time, so he's definitely not setting the timings alight. I think actually he's doing the opposite. Bowie's going to go out for one more attempt. I don't think it was
a bad block. I think it's, you know, if he was on a hot lap, didn't hold him up too much.
Yeah, it might have been fair. I believe the 2 Renaults are actually going to try and slip from each other here. So it could be interesting between these two. The 2 teammates in the blue Renaults, the 22 and I believe it's the 23. And the 21, whichever way around. Together, the good old drivers there. Bowie's going to go for 1 more hurrah then. So Ethan will not set a lap time unless he leaves now. So I think Ethan believes he can get pole. I believe Sissel has a 1-place grid penalty for something. I believe. So that could be interesting. So who is going to grab pole position? Is he going to be Bowie or is it going to be Ethan who's not on circuit? So we'll not set a lap time then in qualification. Good lap from Dan there. Goes up 2 seconds. Puts him 7 seconds off the pace from Razy there, who's following behind. Bowie He's going to get one attempt at this, I believe. He's on his out lap. He will have one attempt to get pole. He'll have a clean lap. So I think we should go run and board with Bowie, actually. More important question. Let's go and run on the roof cam if we can. On board with Bowie then. A lap round Spa. Down into the source heaven. Breaks down to about second gear. Down to first then. 40 miles an hour on the exit. Gets the power on early then. Then it's down immediately into the right, a little area then. Past your pit lane on the right. Flying past he goes then. Now it's pulling up closely dead to that wall without hitting it. Down into Eau Rouge. 150 miles an hour. Drops it down to about 140. Back up he goes. Onto Radion then. Runs a bit wide on the exit. Down in to the long little straight called the Camel Straight then. Here we go then. Up to about 160 miles an hour he'll go then. 160 miles an hour he was last lap. Let's see if he does anything close to it. About 160 he goes down on the brake. Down in to the com then. Down into second gear on the exit. Chucks into the left hander then. And then on the exit of the com then. Into the right hander then. Goes on the inside curbs. Then it's down quickly into the long right hander of Brussels then. Brakes down. Second gear. Goes down to about 68 miles an hour. Keeps the throttle on there. 62, 63 on the exit then. Back on the power then. Up to third. Keeps about second gear into the commentator's corner. Runs a bit wide there. Will get away with it just about this lap. Now down into Pouron. He's made two mistakes this time. Keeps off the curb this time. Runs a bit wide. I think he'll get just about. He'll keep just about this time. He'll get away with it just about there. Now it's down into the Fanging chicanes then. Hard into the right handle then. Gets the car turned in. Third gear. Uses the apex left. Not going to help him. Keeps it third on the left. Gets the car roll out just about to the right there. He should have done that. Down into Stavolo then. Second gear. Jumps up to third. And probably into fourth gear on the exit of this corner. Keeps it in third there. Now we'll jump up to fourth on the exit. 120, 130. The speed building all the time as you come into the quickest corner of this circuit. Qualifying is over, so it'll be at least lap or bust. Down into Blod-Simon. Is he going to do it? We'll have to keep it as flat as he dares. 150 miles an hour. Doesn't lift. Down into the bus stop then. First gear he'll drop down to then. Down he goes. First or second then. 50, 40 miles an hour. Exits he go. Comes out of the last corner. Does he go and grab that pole position? Can he do it? Can he disperse Ethan? The answer to that is no. Yes! Yes! Pole! Fantastic! Brilliant lap. 47 thousandths of a second. And he will be absolutely chuffing that in his hat. It's pole position for Bowie. And now I'm expecting loads of bop. Grazie a tutti, says Bowie in the chat, being Italian. Now he's going to put a lot of bops in the chat or something. Fantastic lap time there. And no one else going to challenge that. Pong, I don't believe, on a lap. Oh, definitely might be one. Allo Champs out on circuit, so probably just handing a little feeder and see how it is. Ethan saying that lap was so illegal. I don't know.
He did run wide through, was it Pouron?
Pouron, but you don't gain time through Pouron. You can't gain time through Pouron. So, definitely lifted off through there as well on our end. Definitely had a lot more lift than everyone else, so,
Well, it's set up for a nice grudge match in race 1 then.
Let's go. Well, we've got Sebastian Vettel in the chat there ranting, but never mind that. Bowie claims what could be an interesting lap then. Let's see who is going to be at turn 1. I believe. Oh, hell might break loose between these two then. And you can see, yep, Ferrari versus Mercedes, like Hamilton versus Vettel, though I believe it's the other way around. So Vettel's in the Mercedes and Hamilton's in the Ferrari, even though Hamilton's. Never mind. So it's gonna be interesting then. No one else says lap times then. So Bowie, Ethan, Rabito, Van, Andre. I believe Sissel's got a penalty, so he'll probably drop down to 7. So Phoenix, and then it might be Sissel, then Brazy, Dan, Joe, Pontiac, Hello, and then Thunderhead down the back. So that's going to be an interesting grid today then. Only a few seconds to go, another 10 until we go boogity 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 and lights out, or whichever way we can go. in the chat. They're having a nice little bantery chat there. Come at me. Bowie loves a good battle, and that Ferrari's going to be interesting. And there it is. I believe Sissel did get a penalty, so I got that correct. So he'll drop down to 7th. And now we just wait to the start. Bowie's now Belgium as well. He's Dutch. He's not Belgium, so don't know what. Well, to be honest, this circuit's British still, so I suppose anything can happen. Is it British for you, by the way?
It is, yeah.
Ah, so as per usual, Britain owns everything on this game. They own all the tracks. The only track he actually doesn't own is Brannock Bay, which is Scottish for some reason. Don't know why.
Well, because it's in Scotland.
Yeah, independence, yo. It'd be independent from the rest of the game. It's Scottish. That's always good.
Well, that was a pretty dramatic qualifying.
In the chat, Ethan trying to get, probably going to try and get Bowie a penalty, possibly there for running off the circuit, though. I think it was fair and fair. He did run wide, but definitely lost a rear low coming through. So he lost time. He lost time on our end.
I think that would be a very, very harsh penalty.
Yeah, it might be very harsh, though. He couldn't do anything there. In the chat, everyone's saying they were going to crash at the first corner. If they crash at the first corner, I'm telling you, there's going to be fireworks going off, and it's going to be absolutely interesting. So yeah, Bowie, I did catch his rear-ended go, and we caught it on stream, so we're on board. And so we've definitely got the perfect view. Now he's got to wait for whoever's host to continue. Whatever you do, don't press the X button, otherwise you'll leave. Or the circle button, or any button, just don't touch the controller ever. Otherwise everything will die and burn. And, who's host? Are they going to ready up? Are we going to have a repeat of, 1 minute to ready screen? Well, Dan's the host, so we're presuming he'll ready up in a minute. Then it'll be lights out and away we go for the beautiful, beautiful Tom. I think they're actually trying to wait until it gets to a nice round number, actually. So they'll possibly start at a 9:30 log continue. So this is the moment you can grab your coffee or something for a second.
Stick another beer in the fridge, I think.
Oh, here we are then. And here we are then. On the grid. For the Belgium Grand Prix. I hear someone getting a beer out. Or something. Someone's getting a drink. It sounds interesting. Hashtag drunken stream.
Well, it wouldn't be a stream from Scotland without a couple of beers.
Good point. Well, let's get all those nice fancy graphics up on the left and right and right and left and down and up.
Speedo map.
And the button at the bottom. It's my favourite little thing. Right. Predictions. Horrible crash? Probably not. Though, Thunderhead down the back, so it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen at the back. Let's hope no one hits the wall early except turn 1. Down into the run to El Rouge. It could be interesting. Andre, Phoenix. Following them, Sissel. Then it's Razy, Dan, Joe. Following them, it's Alloy. And then Thunderhead bring up the rear. Could be interesting at turn 1. I believe all ready to go then. The man coming out with the green flag at the background then. There's I believe getting ready to go then. So live commentary here from the Belgian Grand Prix. Brought live from your host, Evil Dragon, and in the commentary box is the Buddha, who is very, very hairy. So, we went on the grid then. Man with the green flag is out in position. Everyone ready to go then. We've got to wait a few more seconds for those last little preparations there. I believe one of the drivers has left his drink in the car. I believe he's left a hot chocolate. He's chucking it out of the car. And the last crisp packet as well. And here we are then. The man at the back, raving the greens. So, here we are then for the Belgium Grand Prix. 5 lights. Go! And Barry gets a fantastic start. Ethan left trolling behind there. And further back, Ethan already going defensive at turn 1. Down the inside comes one of the BMWs now. And almost taps the side of the Mercedes. Further back, carnage going on there. And I believe they all get through cleanly at turn 1 this time finally. Now, tell Rude, is anyone going to make a mistake and hit the wall then? But it's all good up front then. Everyone's streaming away then. It's a good start. The Van Elk gets a good run. So is Sissel. Andre drops down to 6th place there. And all carnage going off. Ethan got a horrible start there. Bogging down massively there. And Sissel already. And here comes the BMW to the outside of Ethan. I think Ethan will defend there. Sissel and one of the Lamborghinis battling. Keeps it just about side by side. And round the outside goes Sissel. Not giving up there. One behind the other. Andre there battling hard there with one of the Renaults. And dropping down Thunderhead down the back. Pontiac and Joe have gone at the back right now as well. So they've had some big issues going on at the start for those two there. Ethan under pressure from that BMW low. A definite pressure there. 93 litres. How much fuel is Barry running? That's a good point. How much fuel is Barry running? And further back, a bit of kicks up. Razy overtaking Andre here then. And gets through. Down the inside will go towards Blanchy. Not Blanchy. Pouon. That's not Razy. The car behind. That's the one we were talking about. I think that might have been Phoenix. Might have been going close there. Or someone was going close there. It was one. That was that car. There it is. And further back, so all good for Barry and off the start, already believing 1.4 seconds. Ethan already getting challenged by the two BMWs here. We haven't seen those two so high up for a while. They're doing brilliant. Robito and might be Sissel? I believe. Wait, so who's that Pontiac? That's Pontiac. Oh dear, so we've disconnected Denny, so he's glitched the lobby out. So Robito, though, is going to go for 2nd place here. The two BMWs hounding the back of that Mercedes. I haven't seen something like this in a while. I thought they'd be almost out of contention for anything here. They're in 2nd. They're battling for 2nd here. Well, Sissel there, battling with, I believe that might have been the Mercedes. That's the Lamborghini, actually. That's Van Elk battling. Crazy got a good start. Up into 7th there. I believe because Pontiac is glitched out here, so he is actually in 4th position. So everyone here looking is moved down. Bit of battle here. That is Dan getting a terrible exit here. And dropping down 2-3 positions there. Battle then going on. That is battle for 11th position there. Thunderhead battling away with Joe. And Dan up the road. Ethan under pressure from that BMW. It's not giving up. That BMW's got legs. And further back, look behind. Van Elkler behind. Challenging. Around the outside. And following quick behind. There's Robito. And I believe there. So Van Elk trying around the outside there. And it won't do that very easily. And Phoenix battling with that is Andre there. So Andre down in 9th position. And oh, it's a Porsche gone round there. Now, how's that happened for Sissel? Has he been tapped there by someone? Something. He might have spun it on his own there. It's an easy corner to do on the exit. Ethan seriously under pressure from those BMWs low. This is interesting. How much fuel has Bowie got? Can we look at Bowie's fuel? 89.5 there. 85. So only 5 litres. So Bowie's already got a good lead. Pulling away there. Robito low. Surprising start then from the German team. The BMWs, I've not seen them for a long time, not since the old days on season 3 have they been so impressive. Even season 2 they were the most impressive though. Here on season 4 they seem to be going well at Spa. And I think he's going to have a look, you know. Ethan's going defensive. Is that BMW going to try around the outside? Surely it can't. He'll have to back out. Ethan pulling a little bit there. He's going to try. Is he going to make a dive? Ethan's going to go defensive, I believe. He is. He pulls there to have a look. Doesn't think of it. I think the BMW low. This is incredible turn here. We thought Ethan said he was going to have back the Ferrari, and he's looking back at the other car. He's weaving all over the place, saying, "Move over," he says. "I'm going to go for first if you don't." And, well, boy oh boy, have we not seen this for a while. Further down, not what's going on further back. A bit of a battle going on there. Alloy battling, I believe that is Sissel there, down the back. Not much going off of that. Meanwhile, those two, only about a 2 tenths between each other, second and third. Very impressive stuff there from that BMW. You can see there's Bowie. And there behind, those two there. Not close enough this time. The other BMW lurching in the distance. And he pulls to the inside. Is he having a look? Is he long enough? No, he's not there. It's a trick of the eye. Ethan continuing to keep the position there, not letting that car through. And that is the crucial thing. Van Elk, and there's Phoenix, his teammate, battling their way with Andre there, who's having an awful, awful time right now in the other Mercedes. Not the last Mercedes, having an awful time. Hello, champs, up to 9th, by the way, which is 10th, actually, so ignore the timings, by the way. Just imagining everyone's one place down from 4th. Because Phoenix, of course, you can see there, glitched out the bottom, 6 minutes behind. He is actually in 4th position there. Bowie leading this race. Following quickly behind is Ethan and that BMW, who is still there. And this has gone so well so far on the third lap. No major accidents either, which is a good change for me, actually. Oh, Jesus Christ! What the Jesus happened then? There's been a major accident there. Bowie is out of this race. What has happened to him?
I think Thomas Ethan's can stop him as well.
What the... Well,
so
I've done
like
it.
Bowie's lost it, come back into the middle of the track, and then he's been collected by Thomas.
Yeah, well, BMW leads in Spa. What happened? So Ethan's crashed into, we'll have to have a look at that. I didn't see what happened there, because I looked away for a second, saying it's all gone well, there's no been accident, and then it immediately happened. Bowie is gone. Van Elk, so it is a BMW 1-2, because Pontiac is second, by the way. You don't think he's second, he is second. If you look at Pontiac Lake, you'll see him, yeah, he is second. So 1-2 for the BMWs after a severe accident there into Fagnes, who came there for Ethan and Bowie. The Mercedes and Ferrari crashing dramatically there, and I have no idea what the hell just happened. Ethan saying cheers for that in the chat there, so is clearly using that to his advantage. Breaking a rule, no chat, no talking during the race, so that is a infringement in itself, though I think that's a nice little infringement that is normally left undue, but that was a serious accident. It was at least 20 feet in the air on our end, but I've always seem to curse this, don't I? It's a known fact now, whenever I say there's going to be an accident, and they say it's all going so well, there's not been a crash, and then as soon as I said crash, something happened, didn't it?
It did. As soon as you said there hasn't been a crash so far, then you
there
know
was a huge accident, and hello, champs, battling with their problem for that car there. Hello, champs, up to 5th. Is that Lamborghini got an issue? Definitely dropped dramatically. I don't imagine Hello, champs being that far up the field.
Yeah, it's looking very slow.
Very, very slow there, and that was interesting stuff. I don't think so. It was far back, and Sissel battling one of the Renaults. That is down there. Razy is doing good. He's in 4th. He's 4th, not 3rd. Almost got that first confused. He's 4th. He's battling 3rd, though, so... One Renault chasing down a Lamborghini, and the other Renault having a battle with a Lamborghini as well. So all going well then for everyone. But drama on lap 3 after a huge accident there. Razy challenging for what is that. There was a yellow flag. Crazy one's a bit deep there in the corner, and it'd be good if we could get Bowie in the chat here. We can, if Bowie wants to get in the chat, if he wants to sponge in the chat there, if he wants to jump in the commentary box, and we can talk to him about that incident, because that was a very big accident I saw there, and I'm really curious to see what happens. If he wants to jump in, we can get you in, Bowie, if you want. We'll see if he responds in the next few moments there, and let's do a little interview on the trot then for a serious accident there, and I presume he'll be taken to the medical centre as well, so that one was at least 20 thing. So I want to invite Bowie now, so you let me know if anything bad happens whilst I invite him. So invite players, so just ignore all the blue screeners. We still have to mend this actually, so we don't have this. Alright, now we see if we can get Bowie in. So let's Bowie, we'll invite him in so we can stay here as well for a while. Well, he can't do normal control. He could still jump in, Bowie can actually, if he reloads the game. He's able to rejoin his spectate. There we are, we'll be back in. Might have a 3-man team for a while actually. We'll have him in. He can be the kind of pundit. He can be Anthony Davis. He's got an invite there, so we'll speak to him in a few moments' time then, when he's cleared from the medical centre to join us after a serious accident there. And he was, of course, there he is. So we'll speak to him in a second though. So oh dear, background. Oh, hello, Echo.
Yeah, it's not a good mic.
It's not a good mic. So Bowie, what happened?
To be honest, I don't know. I just dropped the car on the back end like I did in quali a few times in Pool 1. And I tried to counter steer and just try and get it back, but it spun around 180 degrees.
Yeah.
And right after that, I thought like, okay, I'm on the left side of the track. I'm not even on the racing line, so I just thought like, okay, I can just turn around. And at the exact same moment, Ethan just slammed into the side of me and just raced over.
Yeah, it's unfortunate one. Also, perfect opportunity for a commentary cast there, because I said that has been an accident and then you immediately crashed, so I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, screw you for that.
I've cast you well and truly. Well, apart from that, it was a brilliant start, by the way. You hooked that up, didn't you?
Well, I'm pretty good at the starts. I got that nailed down. And apparently, I'm pretty good in qualies too, but just currently dropping the car is not really one of the best things I'm at, so yeah. The weirdest part about the crash is that when I drove off, it said that I had 7 damage on the front, and I had about 2 or 3 in the middle, and like 7 in the rear. But when I drove off, I couldn't steer to the left, so I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, also, good quality lap, by the way. It was a brilliant lap, by the way, as well. Let's go to that quality lap if you weren't talking about that, because I literally blanked out for a second. No, that quality lap flow, if you take us to lap there. Really good lap as well. You were running board actually. Didn't see you running too wide. I don't know where you got the infringement from.
Yeah, I ran a little bit wide in Pool 1.
Yeah, you lost a rear.
8.5. Yeah, I was about 8.5, just 8 tenths up, and I lost the rear a small bit, and I kind of counter steered. I even had to counter steer, just slid it across the track, and I lost about 2 tenths there, and about 6 tenths left, and in the final turn. In the bus stop, I lost another 10. It was just really just on the inch on the same time as Ethan, and I just got pole position from him.
Indeed, well, unfortunately that was a big accident as well. Unfortunately, so in the championship, Hopes had a pretty dastardly win chance here at the race. But what are you thinking for the next race, though? The next few races, looking forward to them?
Yeah, pretty much. When I'm looking at the calendar, it looks pretty good. I've never driven on the tracks like Kota and stuff, but it looks pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to driving them. Because the next 4 races, I'm just looking at the calendar: Sugo, Ruapuna, Long Beach, and Kota. And 3 out of the 4 races have never been driven with GT3 cars in GAVRA yet, so. I'm eager to see what's going to happen there on those tracks.
Yeah, on to Sugo, what is the next race? What is your opinion on the big glitch that's been going around that circuit then?
I've not encountered it yet, to be honest. I'm pretty much the leggiest person now in the GAVRA community. I haven't encountered it
It's
yet.
not
So.
that, it's more, the thing is, it's the game, it's something randomly speeds you up for in a group of cars, which you'll realise when you go there, when there's a big accident.
We'll see.
Indeed, well, that's that bit there. So, pardon, you're doing well in the championship there. You're well, you were.
But I've driven 2 out of 4 or 5 races. So,
It's going well. You've won one of them, and you was winning the other one until you spun. Crash with here's Andre here. Looking at Andre, he's battling one of the Renaults. Is he around the inside? No, he isn't. So, what's your one of the last few things, Barry? What's your what do you say to Ethan now after that big accident there? He's put himself down to 11th with massive damage to the car.
I can't really blame him about crashing into me. I was on the left side of the track from my point of view, so he could have avoided me, but there's no way I'm gonna blame him for that accident. It was my fault at first because I stopped. So I think it's just really a racing instinct at that point.
What this has done is, I don't think I've said this before, BMW is leading, by the way, I won 2. What's your opinion on that? I haven't seen that since, like, was it season 2?
No, you haven't seen it. I've seen it on the Usher Slave GP this season. Because Rubito won there too. In the race 2. It was a sprint race and either he or that guy in the Porsche started on pole. And
Sissel.
he won the race eventually. No, that's Sissel. Yeah, it was Sissel. Yeah, it was Sissel. And Rubito just kind of drove forward. But if there were 2 more laps in that race, I could have won that too. But it was just not enough. So.
Yeah, well indeed. Well, 1-2 nonetheless. But that I don't think we've seen for a long time at least. Look at Andre here, though. He's having a battle with that crazy.
Yes,
he is. Is he going to go down the inside here? Let's see. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze down the inside. He's going. And does he get through? Doesn't look like there's too much damage there, but definite crazy squeezing there. So that was that there, and someone entering the pit lane almost in the background. Phoenix battling. Who's that? That is Aloe. There we are. Indeed, that's interesting there. So that's all we have to say there. So Rubito leading from Phoenix here in Belgium. And then somewhere it's Pong, not Phoenix. It's Pong. Sorry, it's Pong, not Phoenix. What am I talking about?
No, it's been out in second.
Oh no, it's clear. It's Pong's second.
Oh.
You can see he's 16 minutes off the pace. He's definitely second. But Razy battling with Andre. Now I think he can get back in, Barry. I think if you want to get back in, you should be able to jump in still. If you join back, you'll be able to spectate.
I gotta go to bed anyway. I gotta wake up early tomorrow for work. So.
Yeah, well, good.
I only would have stayed up for the race, but I don't
you're dead.
want to do anything anymore. Yeah.
But you
I can't do anymore.
You're in hospital. You can cast.
Yeah.
Severely cast. You've rolled over.
Flying 20 feet in the air. Yeah, I'm kind of there.
Yeah, well, fortunate there. I'll hope to catch up with you some other time then, Bowie. Then, so, fortunate luck and good luck for the next race.
We'll try and do our best. Maybe I can get a pole position there. Because from the 2 entries I had a 100% pole position start. Oh, damn! It's pretty good. And I could have gotten a 100% race win, but no.
But no.
Stupid Ferrari.
But no. Just hit box. Got cancer. Let the Ferrari.
To be honest, I asked.
Yeah, I
actually asked. I asked Razy and GAVRA if I could actually change the car to McLaren.
And they said no.
They said no because it wouldn't look good in the GAVRA papers, so I get that. But I'm kind of happy that they said no, because otherwise we probably wouldn't have gotten the pole position here.
Hmm. Well, indeed. Well, we'll catch up with you next time, I presume, then, Bowie, and we'll let you go to your back to hospital bed. So
Yes,
we'll catch you next
I
time.
need my rest. I need my hospital food. It's not good.
Yeah. Enjoy your hospital food, some mashed potatoes or something. Enjoy your time.
Indeed. It's not going to be enjoyable when I try.
No. See you later then, Bowie.
Well, good luck, gents, for the night.
Yep.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers, Barry.
Oh, after that, so I don't know where.
Doesn't seem
where were we?
doesn't seem too upset about that, does it?
No, I think that was a pretty straight. He's Dutch, so the Dutch people don't tend to feel anything. Where's Ethan? All this? He's got past Thunder. He's right down the backland. That car is destroyed. Yeah, just looking at it there from what you're saying, there definitely seemed more, to be honest, a racing incident there almost, wasn't it? Don't think anyone could do anything. Of course, there'll be a big discussion after this. Oh, but he's still here. He's still here. He's probably in hospital bed watching us now. So he's still here. It was a very big accident, wasn't it?
It was a huge crash, but yeah, it was good to see Barry taking responsibility because he ultimately had the spin.
Yeah, he had the spin, but
behind, it was his fault.
Well, what this has meant though, Robito and Pong is a weird thing. I can't remember. Kanong, how do you pronounce his name? Pong Kanong. Complicated name. I'm just going to call him Pong. He's first and second, which is interesting. Well, lap 9 of 22. We're almost halfway there. Lap 11 will be halfway then in this race, and it's going so far so almost good, apart from a massive accident.
It's certainly been a cleaner race than Brands Hatch race one.
Yeah, no, I didn't really see Brands Hatch to be honest, because
it was absolute chaos.
Well, this is Group B. Group A though. Group A was probably carnage. Group B, I don't know what happened because I disconnected. Because people kept joining. The Group A was commentated by Soup. That was a interesting race to say the least. Well, hello champs there. He's running down in 5th position there, followed quickly by one of the Lamborghinis. And let's see who is that. It's Phoenix.
Rezi is dropping right off the pace. He's been passed by Andre. And now he's been caught by other champs.
So, oh, Ethan jumps up to another position, by the way, so he's now past Sissel. So, he's must have been a spin or something there from Sissel, because he's dropped far down. Ethan's gone off the circuit, so he's a man on a mission. How much fuel's Ethan got? I presume he's filled it back up to the brim. 24 litres, so he might be able to go to the end. It's interesting to see if he can do that. Dan's in the pit lane, by the way. So something's happened to him, so he... Now, well... Oh dear. There's been a nice bit of serious jump there. Look at that.
Yeah, I wonder who was responsible for that crash.
I think he might have collided with Dan or something there. I don't know what happened there. He's severely damaged that car. Well, Allo chasing down Razy. 6th and 5th, should we say then. Ethan is in 9th position then. So your official order as it stands, as far as we are aware. Robito leads Pong, Van, Andre, Razy, Allo, Phoenix, Joe, Ethan, Thunder, Dan and Sissel then in the pit lane. The pair of them after something happened. I presume they crashed. They could have just decided they both want to go in the pit lane. Razy,
We've also got Andre catching up with Daniel as well. He's going
news! Says Dan. Dan just sent a message saying news! So something's happened to Dan. Well, yeah, like I said, Andre catching... Who's Andre catching? Where is Andre? He's 3rd.
Andre's in 4th. He's catching up to Van Elk.
Very slowly catching.
He's dropping Razy pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, well, Razy's under pressure from a very rampant Mercedes, to say the least. Well, let's see if one of them can get podium. He's going around the outside into the bus stop here. That's going to be brave. They might just do that there. Razy, we know he's one of the drivers. He's very gentle here. Let's see. Razy, does he get around the outside? Oh, well. That's going to damage the suspension now, I think. Surely he'll have to get the position back there. I'd imagine it would be the correct thing to do. He probably won't. I think Razy might have a little cheeky dive here. Or he might get cheekily dived by a Lamborghini of Phoenix there. Oof. Well, dived into the wall, so off there. And that is Sissel rejoining the circuit as well. So, oh my. Oh!
No.
No!
That's not what you want to see.
Oh dear. Well, unfortunate to say, that's what happens when you hit that wall. That's Razy's completely and utterly gone there. Unfortunate to say, that is what happens when you hit the wall. And that's unfortunate, the glitch of this circuit, and they've said about changing it because of it. Unfortunately, Dan's off the circuit as well. Dan out of this race, I believe. He's parked off at El Rouge there. You can see on the left, so Dan's got issues there. That is a humongous. My brake pedal damage is breaking itself. It's dusty. Dan's got a brake issue. Sissel's had a major accident. Razy's is had an issue as well. So Dan's got a brake issue there with his steering wheel. Or his brake pedal is. Razy is somewhere, so he's keep going. After a serious... He's limping back around, but that is a serious crash there. And surprisingly, if this game had a red flag or safety car, I presume that would have called it straight out there. So, hit the wall. And unfortunate to say, when you hit that wall, that's what's going to happen. Gets flung up into the air. I did warn earlier on in the stream though, didn't I? Saying that wall can claim lives, and unfortunate to say, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, you called it, and it's a shame because it was quite a nice little sort of 3-4 car battle developing there, but it's
yeah, sadly
not anymore.
Blown up, and there is Joe going up to 7th there. Let's say he's 7th. Didn't get that mixed up. So, and there is Ethan following quickly behind. Look at Ethan, how quick he's catching these guys. He's got a... Oh, yeah, Razy's off in the graph all there. So Razy, I think, completely out of this now then. So I think Joe will be quickly eaten up by Ethan here. I believe there's a... If we look at Ethan actually, let's go look at Ethan for a while. Let's see how he's doing. We can get a... there he is, 2. Now you can see there is the other Mercedes, the SLS. So this could be interesting. These two have had a few... Well, if we say you've had a few alterations in the past. So I'm curious to see what happens here.
Well, you're going to find out pretty soon.
We're going to find out, I think, coming into the com. So let's see. What happens. Dan, we could believe, is out of the race completely. So is Razy almost. He's continuing on, but he's very much damaged indeed. Well, lap 12, so we're halfway, well, gone past halfway through this race now then. And drama has ensued then after a serious accident up El Rouge then, between Sissel and another car. And there is Dan rolling back down El Rouge. That's a bit nuts, shouldn't be seeing that there. Here goes Ethan then. He's going to try pull alongside the car then. I think Dan's gone, so Ethan pulls alongside and takes Joe there pretty easily. I don't think Joe has anything he can do there. So,
no,
Razy,
he's got nothing.
Razy got into the pit lane, by the way, so he's managed to get in those pits. He's going to be almost a lap and a half down low. He's going to be way over a lap down. Robito just coming through the line corners now. Got a bit of a gap, I believe. Where is Sissel, by the way? Not Sissel, Pong, by the way, compared to him. Close, actually. The two BMWs close. I believe they might, very much could have enforced team orders here and just keep the position they are. Because I believe they might just be able to go and keep it to the end. Doing well, they might switch, it's up to them, but definitely believe they can go to the end, I think. They're looking good. And this car for Ethan will be 10 seconds up the road. It will be Phoenix and then Aloe, Andre, and then those guys far up the road, and I don't believe. So Dan's had a serious issue then with his wheel then. And fortunately, messaging chat, which is unfortunate, but I suppose that is a serious case of you have to message, so that's good. Ethan, track limits. That's so running a bit wide there. I suppose probably in anger and frustration after the serious accident earlier on. So this race has been one of two things. We've seen a serious crash and then unfortunately a fatal crash, in my opinion. I'm pretty certain if that was real life, I think Sis will be dead by now, I think.
Yeah, and a good couple of hundred spectators as well, probably.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's any spectators up on that bit of El Rouge. I think there might be a spectators ground set, but I think they might have got away with it, unfortunately. But at least it's not the Le Mans 1955 disaster. It's the Spa 2017 GAVRA League disaster. Which just sound a bit interesting, so I think they got away with there for no big accident there. But Phoenix catching Allo there, I believe, or is it Allo pulling away from Phoenix?
Phoenix seems to be catching.
Yeah,
we've also got Andre just a little bit up the road, which could be interesting.
Well, he's not pulling away too much, to be honest, is he? There's Phoenix. Doing well. Lamborghini. Pulling as hard as it can.
That Lamborghini, isn't it?
It's a beautiful little Lamborghini there. It's got pretty, it's a pretty little livery. It's got like a paint splatter. Pretty much it is a plate splatter. Robito. Pong. They're doing well up front so far then. Lap 13 and, well, still 13. He's not on that one, by the way. Cecil in the pit lane, by the way, again, so I believe this could be a terminal retiree then. Meaning we'll be down to 9 runners. Ethan's next target now, only a few seconds up the road of Phoenix, so definitely actually catching, actually. This could be turning into a free battle pretty quickly, because Ethan, you might see him in the background there, just about for a second, maybe not this time, but you might see him in the background when he's coming down the straight towards the comm. You should be able to see him.
Yeah, the gap's coming down, and
Yeah,
all three of them are catching Andre as well.
Yeah, very slowly catching, and then miles up the road are your leaders, who are Robito and Pong, who we believe aren't pitting today. If I'm not mistaken. Hang on, is Pong leading? He is.
No.
No, he's not. He is.
No, Pong's on the camel straight. Robito's down
No,
at Brussels.
he's not leading. I'll ignore everything now. I don't know where we are. So they've put a so Pong's made a mistake or something. Then I thought it was in that gaggle of 3 cars who were just coming down towards the straight. I believe that is Cecil in the middle. Who's that? Either side of them. Let's look at Cecil there. That is Lambo and must be Razy getting lapped, I believe. It's Van Elk who's third, and that's Razy who's being lapped. Let's go back to our little battle throwing between 7th and 8th. Well, not 7th, 8th, 4th, 5th and 6th, and you can just see in the background there is one car. There's the second coming up Hill Roads right now. Let's switch to him. See if we get this perfectly. Oh no, it's Ethan actually, because he's really catching these guys.
There's a good shot.
See, there he is. He's got a glimmer of hope. He could get a podium here. It's very unlikely, bringing the gap, but Ethan trying his hardest. If he can do it by the end, it's a different matter. 14 out of 22, we've only got some 6 laps to go.
He's just looking very consistent, isn't he? He's sort of a little bit quicker every lap, not making any mistakes.
And I'll definitely be saving this replay after this to catch what happened, to be honest. And well, because it was a very dramatic accident in this race. Unfortunately, I think both of them racing incidents, in my opinion. Well, Vito lapping, who is that? Is that Thunderhead?
Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, Thunder. As per usual, being a bit naughty under the blue flag. Gets out of the way, though. Both the incidents, what are your opinion on the second incident, though? It's a racing incident, isn't it? Because he glitched into a wall. Then just
yeah, I mean, if it's a glitch, then it's bad luck. I mean, if he's hit the wall and it's driver error, then you can't call that a racing incident because it's bad driving, isn't it?
But then again, he was getting out of the way of blue flags as well, so perhaps didn't realise. And of course, he's doing it in the Porsche, which has got a really wide rear end, so he probably glitched, probably tapped it, and then that's what's happened. Unfortunately. And the first incident, and the first incident as well. Well, can't really say much about that. Barry said all he needed to say about that one. So we'll save the replay, and we'll definitely get on that. And well, It's all good and jolly from there. Unfortunately, Ethan, who is in 6th, now going to be challenging 5th and... Well, he's in 7th, challenging... Really actually challenging, actually. I didn't realise, look how close he is. Look at Andre there. He's actually, I think if you go to Andre next time when you're going down the straight, down towards the com, I think you'll actually get all these in a shot, actually. You might be able to see him, actually. If you look at Andre, he's coming up our roofs now. Yeah, you might just be able to see him. If you keep looking at Andre, let's see if we can see all of them down the straight. There they are in the background, coming down our road.
The background.
Yep, so they are together, and you'll be popping in a shot. I think Ethan's going to get readied up to make a move in a moment. We'll be able to see. There's one. There's 2. And there's the 3rd. They're all together. Ethan catching. We know, look at the speed of that Mercedes. And he's making a move ready. Look at this. He's trying. Moves over a little bit there to give him a don't try it move there. Ethan trying to stick his nose in where the sun don't shine.
That was a little bit naughty from Phoenix.
Yeah, moved a little bit there, but he's able to make one move. He can make one move. Ethan has to put up with it. Make one legitimate move, and he can make one move back to the racing line as well, to the braking zone. So he's entitled to do that. Makes one move to give him a little bit of a swing. Has to do it a little early, and has to decide early. Ethan again trying. Is he going to pull across? He's got to. Don't try down the inside there, Ethan. It won't end well. Backs out of
there.
Just
needs to take his time.
Yeah, he'll have to take his time. Do it down towards the bus stop. It's the easiest opportunity here. He doesn't want to get too... He's going to try it straight away then. I think he does it. Does he go too deep? Doesn't. Does get it there. So great move actually. I believe Aloe may move out of the way here, his teammate. So we believe in 5th place, by the way. So it's battle out for 5th place now between Aloe and Ethan. So Ethan taking another driver. He's doing well. 15, only some 7 laps to go here. 6 laps to go. Well, if you're leader, you've only got another 6. 16 out of 22. Pong catching a little bit here. I don't really know how much he is catching. I don't know. Do you think he's catching? I think he might be catching a little bit here, but keeping it steady though. I think
anything is losing ground, to be honest.
Yeah, Van Out dropping at least. Andre in 4th place, so he dispatched, of course, well, Razy, who had a serious accident. There is actually the battle behind accident. This is Ethan now going to be catching, and I believe passing. I believe where has Phoenix gone? Has he spun? Yeah, his Phoenix has spun somewhere. He must have spun at somewhere really dramatically. He's got massive time. So he spun at Blanchimont. He's got Cecil, who, well, is catching anyway. He must have spun around Blanchimont area, and behind them is Joe catching. So, yeah, now let's look at these two. I believe they'll switch over here. I don't believe they'll put up too much of a fight. Yeah, you see, flashing his lights. He's moving over. So good sportsmanship between the two Mercedes. Flashing his lights there. So, good sportsmanship there between those two. So that is actually a really good team, actually, and I'm actually really happy at Aloe Champs there. So doing his bit for the team, actually, because he knows he doesn't want to hold him up. He knows Ethan could get a podium here, actually, you know. It might be within the... I don't think it's that likely, but Andre's there who is in 4th, and then... Actually, maybe not, you know.
Well,
maybe...
the gap's only 6 seconds, 6 laps to go.
Yeah, but then you look, he's actually in... Andre's in 4th, don't remember, because Pong is actually in 2nd, so... Van's in 3rd, isn't he? So,
that's
just gonna, yeah. Well, you never know. 62 litres, Van Elt's got. How much has the leader's got? Rabito got. I think he's got about 13, 20. Oh, pretty accurate there. And I believe Pong's got some, yeah, 23. Coming to lap that Porsche as well. I believe he's gonna move out the way. No, he's not. Now he does. There we go. All right, does he get out of the way correctly? Oh. There we go. Back markers not doing that job correctly. Let's get out of the way, but not doing it quick enough, are they? That's something we need to look into, because the drivers aren't getting out of the way quick enough, are they?
Yeah, no, that's not very good. You can't be getting involved with the race like that.
He's going to come... I might come back at him, you know, here. He's not too far back. I don't think he's going to be that stupid to do it. But Ethan's next target now is Andre. Well, hold on a minute. Thunderhead blew the look there. I think there was a contact. They're definitely... No, I think they got away with it. But they definitely made a look to make a dive or something then, didn't they? Oh, he's gone off the circuit nearly. Andre being a bit... well, not dangerous, just a bit, ahead. Here's Andre then, so 3 SLSs.
It's really catching him.
Yeah, I think it'll be easy pickings. I think it's damage limitation for Ethan. It will put him down. I don't know if it'll put him too far down in the championship. I believe he is second so far. His nearest rival, I think, might have been... I don't know who the nearest rival would have been. Well, whoever it is, he might lead the championship after this round. We don't know. We can't get things up, and that's unfortunate indeed.
Thomas Ethan, his lap times are nearly 3 seconds faster than anybody else as well. He's absolutely fine.
Yeah, so 3 seconds. He's not going to catch the 2 BMWs. We know that for a fact. Being the pair of them are some 40 seconds ahead of third. So about... Yeah, so you could imagine... Definitely looking good for a BMW 1-2 for the first time in a long time. Or at least, especially the M class. We had the Z4 doing well. No, we haven't seen the M class. The M3 was the last car. Now it's time for the M6 to show itself for once in a while. Well, what a race can turn into, can't it, when there's a bit of carnage going on. And here we are then. I don't think Andre's even going to really challenge this one. Ethan wants to be careful though. And I believe down into the bus stop, it'll be an easy move. Yeah, so Lester's got a good speed low. So it's going to be interesting here. Ethan's going to have to be brave. He's going to ride down the inside. Andre backs out of it.
Yeah.
He's not going to try and battle into that battle. I think you'd have an angry Ethan down the mic if he turned in. So Ethan now up to 4th. Great recovery drive this. Rabito, meanwhile, he's definitely got enough fuel to finish, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Pong might just... Yeah, he should be also just enough fuel. He could probably lift off a bit. He's got a... I don't know how big of a gap he's got, actually. Yeah, massive gap. So he can go a bit more fuel conservative if he wants to. And you can see... You really see actually how big the gap is between the first and the third. You can see... First place is coming into Fangya right now. Third place is coming in to the com. And these guys now, and there, so it is in the realms of possibility you can get a podium. If he's 3 seconds a lap quicker in it, what is it, some 16 seconds, so how many, 18, 19, 20, 22, so 4, so 3, 6, 9, 2. He might, if he keeps the pace he's going. What's the gap? What's the lap time difference between Van and Ethan then? You see that?
So 4 seconds on the last lap, almost 3.5.
So 4.8. 4.8 to 16. So he'll catch him on the last lap if he keeps to the rate he's going. This could be interesting.
Finish, yeah.
This could be interesting. So if you're joining, Andre. Now, well, that's not turned. Well, that means Alloys. So his Mercedes are going to be 4th and 5th right now, so that's a good thing. So down to 10 drivers. Sissel in the pit lane again, by the way, if you're wondering where Sissel is, he's in the pit lane, so I think this might be a retirement. We would normally have a race too, but I don't believe we have to stream it, of course, because I will be saving the replay and having a little look what happened at the few incidents in this race. Very running riders, that would be crazy, the lone Renault there, running ride, catching Thunderhead. This could be interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what happens here. I haven't seen these two battle for a while. Let's see how Crazy deals with Thunderhead here. Could be an easy move, don't you think?
Yes, easy pickings. In fact, isn't it? Is it for position?
Yeah, it's just for position.
Yeah, I can't imagine Thunderhead would put up much of a fight, to be honest.
In fact, as you say that, pulls through. Does do it. Same position where another car with a side-by-side down to a route. This could end badly. Does it? Brazy bravely backs out of that one. He's not going to try that. He'd be mad to try side-by-side there. I believe race 2 is finished. He's going to try up the hill, round the outside. Oh! Almost a carbon copy Oh, what happened in Formula Renault that was with Thunderhead and there, having a swipe there. But fortunately, no getting through there. That was very lucky there wasn't a crash then. Very crossing. Thunderhead now just dropped off the face of the earth. And look at the gap. Ethan and Van Elk. Gap. Now we're only a few seconds. It's say that's about 11, 12 seconds. 11, 12. Yeah, 11, 12 seconds.
But your Thomas Ethan was 4 seconds a lap quicker again.
Yeah. So we've closed that gap down. So another one, it'll put it down to 8. Then it'll be 4, and he'll catch him on the last lap. 2 laps to go, so podium on card. Meanwhile, your leader is Robito. 19 litres of fuel. His teammate has, I presume, about 12, 13 litres of fuel. Let's see. 12, 13 litres. It's 12 and a half. Perfect. Give me a medal. So they'll definitely get to the end of this race there. We believe you can put that car in low fuel mix, really, if you wanted to. I'd definitely do that. Be safe side, but I don't think he needs to. I'm just being curious. 2 and a bit laps to go. So, now coming on to the end of this race. Van Elk trying to defend off an Ethan who is catching him rapidly like a bat out of a machine gun. And 11,000
Actually, that's a pretty good. It's quite a good description of the exhaust note of the SLS.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It is a machine gun that when it definitely changes up a bit because it's on the sides and it's also on the back. It's actually got like loads of exhaust. I think it's got one at the back, I believe, and 2 at the sides. When it does light up, it definitely does certainly go light to blaze. So we might get a little glimmer. No back shift there. There's a Lamborghini. Always a nice calm little car, the Lamborghini. I haven't seen it too much this season. Mainly because another fastest lap for Ethan, by the way. What's that lap time?
4 seconds faster again.
What was his lap time though? Let's see. Can we find that out?
21.7. 21.7.
Ah, yeah, it says on the left. So 21.7. 10 seconds. You might just if we go back. If you look at if we go back looking at Van Elk. There you can see him in the background, right about. Yes, you can just see the glimmer him. You can just see him glimmering in the background. That's flash there, and that is that's Sissel getting out of the way. Is it not? Is that Thunderhead? Is that Sissel? Isn't it? Would it be Sissel? It's Thunderhead. Oh, I'm going to get out of the way quite well. That's good for him there. Got out of the way of him. Doing good though. Definitely behaving better than he was. Well, in Formula Renault last race, he took part in the Spa. Can't say what happened in Formula Renault because I disconnected again, but stay connected this time though, and it's going well. The time is 10:20 p.m. here in the UK. In Belgium, it's probably some other time. I think it'd be 11:10, 11:20 because of an hour ahead, I believe.
They certainly are.
Certainly are, same as Netherlands and other countries. So most of the drivers here around about 11:20, unless you're Razy, who's like a different day because he's in New Zealand. So he's like he's having a barbecue on the weekend probably. So it's nice and bright for him with a big spider probably on his leg, probably eating him or something. 21 for your leader. He's on the last lap, but all but one. And doing well. Van Elk. Third place. In between them is Pong Kangong, who, how much fuel did he have? I think he had 10 litres now, hasn't he? Has he got 10 litres, did Pong? Let's see. 7?
7 points.
Oh, this could be. I'm definitely going to say go on light fuel mix. I wouldn't trust that.
I think it'll be alright.
He might be alright. I wouldn't trust it though. Van Elk low. There is Ethan. You can see him now. The gap is.
25 from Van Elk.
22.
22 from Thomas.
Yeah, so 3 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be awfully close.
Last couple of corners.
Last lap. I think possibly coming down into Lafanga chicane they'll be together. Your leader, meanwhile, is coming into the Fanny chicane, by the way. Just going to point that out there. Your leader is in the Fanny chicane. There he is. Perfectly said. And Ethan pulling out to laps one of the back markers. That gets through cleanly, by the way, if you're wondering. There he does so. On the head, dropping down. Ethan might have lost a bit of time there, crucial time. That could be all what it means.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. It's going to be close, isn't it? We need to get that down to 3 seconds or 4 seconds by the end of this lap. Pong's really on the ragged edge, though, isn't he? Look at that, 5.6. He's going to be definitely, if I was him, like, you can see that he's short shifting. That much he's short shifting. He's probably... Oh, Van Elk! Van Elk off, spinning! Don't want to pull out, careful. Don't want to repeat. Oh, well, Ethan's running off the circuit. Well, that's going to put them together.
That's a shame.
We said Fanny chicane. 1 lap before it, look. They're at the Fanny chicane battling. Well, I called it anyway. Well, the leader's on the last lap, so I suppose I got it correct, though, didn't I? Suppose can I say I got it correct? I'm going to say I got that correct.
We'll call you Nostradamus.
Oh, here we go then. Ethan's going to try to pull alongside. The Lamborghini's quick, though. And I don't think compared to the car otherwise, he's going to keep it there. I think Ethan's going to try... He's going to... Yeah, he got it through this time. Oh, well, Van Elk's trying to... Joe and Sissel in the pit lane, by the way. And I don't think Van Elk's going to try dive bomb. He is. Oh, backs out of it. So Ethan up to the podium. Law leaders, by the way. I'm just coming down into the chicane, by the way. There they are. Perfect time. Well, somewhere. There they are. Second place. He's... presume he's got about 4 litres of fuel now, hasn't he? How much fuel has he got? 4 litres?
3.
I'm not trusting that. I'd go really light fuel. I'd be like half fuel. Yeah, he is. Like you can see, he's not even going to go full fuel here. He knows. I know that car's going to go. That is going to be close. He's going to run out. If he runs out, he'll run out on the line, I think. I think the leader might legitimately could just slow down and just nudge him across the line or something. Do that. He might as well do that. I mean, they've done so well, Robito has at least. He's dominated this race after the crash. I believe your leader's second place is guy. He's coming into Puon right now, so if he's got 2 litres of fuel, I believe. Let's see, how much he's got? About 2 litres of fuel, I think, now, hasn't he? We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. He might... Yeah, he could just lift off down the straight and he'll just be able to carry it there. And your leader in a tree, there he is. Robito coming through the last 2 corners. It's been a good race. It's been a long race. Robito just has a few corners to go. 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, and he's to the line. There's the first. Blonsimont, hardest corner, 8.7 litres of fuel, timing it to perfection. BMW comes to the last corners, and I don't think I've said this for a long time. BMW take win in Belgium. Finally, Robito wins 2 races he's won now. But crucially, it's not going to be the 1 car on the front. Here comes Pong. I don't think I've said this for a long time. The BMW M class, for the first time since Sakito Season 2, takes a 1-2. BMW, the M6, takes a 1-2 finally. I think he's run out of fuel as well on the line.
Ooh, 0.4 at the end.
Oh, Ethan Lowe is going to take 3rd. He's going to definitely take 3rd. Ethan has got 2 corners to go. And oh dear Jesus, there's been a shunt there for Sissel. Never mind Sissel though, he's dead or something on the inside there. He's definitely in trouble. Ethan then comes at the last 2 corners. Great recovery from a serious crash at the start of the race. Ethan will be happy there. 3rd position. Brilliant recovery from him then. And Sissel retires. Van Elk will crown him a lost line. He'll be in 4th. Oh, he's in the wall. Can he keep it out? Oh, yes, he can. Allo Champs will be 5th. Yeah, fantastic recovery. Allo's going to finish in 5th, so a great debut drive for him. Replacing JJ. I think that'll be a definite consider for a teammate in the future. Gets through. He'll be happy with 5th. One head across the line. He'll be in 9th. Waiting for Phoenix in the other Lamborghini. He'll be down in 6th place there. So Carnage, of course, there is a. So looking back, the stream's about 15 seconds delayed, so I'm looking at a car spinning around there. Joe Black, he's in 7th, Razy 8th. Lee's battling. Well, they finished.
I think they finished, yeah.
I believe they finished, yeah. I'd imagine they'd have. Ethan there, he's gone past Robito already, I believe. And there's confirmation. So Sissel and Pontiac there retired. Ponconong in the pit then, so I believe. Oh my Jesus, what the hell? Can we go back to Pong? What's happening to Pong? Go back to Pong. Oh my God! Oh God! Oh my seizure warning! God! Add on that bombshell! It's a garage door.
Oh, I've lost the stream. Oh, there we are.
Can we save? Save the replay, and we'll and I'll go and have a look at, and I'll have a look at that. So there we are. Here we are then. Right, there we are then. So. Right, so that is that done. Now it's time for the race review with your host, Evil Dragon, and the Hairy Buddha. It's not really catchy.
It's not the best sort of, double act you've ever heard of, to be honest.
Yeah, a Hairy Buddha and an Evil Dragon doesn't really sound like a gun, though. Right, well, let's see then. Let's go to. Let's look at that. Ignore that I'm Kim Jong-un. That's this Spa Fan Champs. Well, Vetro, if you're wondering what happened, we're gonna find out. Barry, do you remember what lap it was? If you're in the chat, you probably remember. Is it
6 or 7, maybe?
It was 6 or 7. We'll find out. We'll go super speed. It's early on in the race. If it loads. Here we are then. So it all was about the 4th or 5th. Right, we'll find out. So what happened in a dramatic fashion. Then we can review your incident there. And we have to say though, congratulations to BMW then. The M-Class for the first time in a long time. Since Season 2. Winning a race, of course, was banned actually for Season 3. And returned for Season 4 is the M6. And, well, it's won a race by dominable fashion there because of, well, Bowie spinning. But, we'll review the race now then when it loads in a few seconds. So we'll get a nice little view then. So unfortunately we will experience some crackling by the way for the mic whilst I pick the controller up to sit down so I can actually review this a little easier. So unfortunately there for crackling. Oh my God. John Sample has. Oh! What has happened?
That's not going well.
Oh, there we are. Here we are then. Ah, here we are. So this is the start. There's a really good start from Bowie here. Now what else? Anything that happened at the first corner? Hold on. Let's we look at Pong. Is he in space? Oh no, he's actually. Right, so now we have a look at this incident. Let's have a look from the back. Let's see actually, how did it go from the back? Did they look at it pretty cleanly? I believe they did. It was a really clean start actually, wasn't it? I think nobody
the first few laps were
until Bowie happened. Let me have a look at Bowie. Here we are then. How GT3 cars should behave in this game. That was a really good start. You can see how much Bowie actually pulled out there. He really hooked the race up, didn't he?
Yeah, he was so far ahead.
Now we'll find out actually as chatter. Can we go any quicker? No, this is the quickest we can go, unfortunately. Meow, meow. And the BMWs, though, really kept it with Ethan at the start, didn't they?
We did.
Well, you can see how close they are. They're just like on a train track. This is amazing. Right, lap 3. You have footage. And we have the replay. Dun dun dun. Well, let's find out actually on the steward's side of this before you. If you argue in that chat, by the way, I will take the penalty. Ah, here it is.
The accusation seems to be that Barry was there.
Well, there it is. So.
He's done nothing wrong there.
Spun the car.
Apart from the spin.
Apart from the spin. Right, Bowie, let's see, right, you're gonna rejoin now, aren't you? So you're gonna try and rejoin. You spin again. Well, unfortunate to say, I'm gonna put that as a racing incident because, be honest.
Ooh. He shouldn't have tried to rejoin.
Shouldn't have tried to rejoin, however. At full time speed, that is, by the way. I've got to say, though. It's very careless from, I'd say it's really careless from, this, in my opinion. Could... Yellow flags were out. So, unfortunately to say... Well, I'm getting an image of this, hold on. Oh, yes. That's a nice image. I'm just gonna... Hold on. Well, here we are then.
So that's probably the point at which it was going wrong, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's probably the point for Barry's race where it ended badly. To be honest, that's probably the situation where it doesn't end well. Right, unfortunately, I've got to say this. Yellow flags, break that. He did break. I don't think though, probably the best side is probably looking at him.
I don't think Barry should have rejoined.
Barry couldn't rejoin, however, Ethan probably could avoid that, to be honest. Well, 10 out of 10 for the BMW, but that closest there, hold on.
Oh yeah, Christ.
Let's find out, let's get our closest meter out. Yeah, that's pretty close. Right, now let's go and have a look at the other images. Now, who was it who flipped?
That was Cicero, wasn't it?
Cicero. Right. Right, so we find out when this fatal accident happened then for our poor Cicero. Because it was really bad than Dan here. Dan had a... So I don't know what happened. We'll find out actually. I believe these two... Oh, well. But Dan actually... That's where Dan went to Narnia. I'm actually finding this really infuriating. Just really cool just watching these in really fast speed. Anyone else enjoying this in fast speed? Hang on a second. No, not you again. What is that? Bruh.
That's that bit of hoarding again from last time.
What are you doing here again? Hold on. Oh dear, hold on a second. Oh, please say he's in space again. Oh, he's in... Well, hello there. Is anyone in space? This is the more important question. No one's in space today. That's a shame. Right, who are we looking at? Sissel. So, again, another glitch scene there. Oh, so Sissel spun. That's what we call that. She didn't hit the wall. What lab was it when he crashed? Where was the incident happen?
Who wasn't the crack into? Was it Reezy?
It was Razy who was collected.
So, where's Reezy at this point? He's played too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dropping.
Must be good at Razy. Nah, this is around it, isn't it? Look, the battle ends, so I'm presuming I'll get ready on this pause button because there's a few seconds there'll be a fatal accident.
Yeah, this is right. So it's when Andre got past Reezy.
Yeah. So I presume it's lap 10.
Yeah.
Brady's sending him into the group chat. Well, we'll have a look at this incident and then on that bombshell will end.
No.
Not this lap. I think it's this lap, isn't it? Where's City in the world? Oh, what? Ah, that's Dan's brake pedal breaking. Yeah, here it is. Oh no! Well, and on that bombshell, the game has crashed. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Because it crashed. Goodbye.